2. The state's Health and Human Services Department is recommending everyone over the age of 2 to wear a mask indoors. Let's get out to Rod Maloney joining us now live this afternoon. This comes as the state is battling the worst coronavirus spread in the nation.
Yeah, Rhonda, you know, the state is basically saying that you should have a mask with the large indoor gatherings, and it comes at the time when a lot of people thought that perhaps we were getting past this whole COVID thing, and the answer to that, of course, is not anytime soon. In fact, they're estimating that the next 3 to 4 months are going to be pretty rough here in the state of Michigan. That's what they said this morning in a televised press conference with the head of the MDHS and doctors and business leaders and the like. One of the other concerns they have is they say right now the positivity rate for COVID is 16% statewide. It's as high as 20% in places like Jackson, Saginaw, and Grand Rapids. They also say that we're at 489 cases per million, which they say is a troubling number. Yesterday they said they had 10,724 cases, and they say right now 15% of the beds in the state of Michigan are filled with COVID patients. And so there's a deep concern here on the part of the state that as we head into the holidays, things are looking essentially the way they were this time last year. So let's hear from Elizabeth Hertel now as she tells us what it is that she thinks we should be doing as we get ready to get together with family for this holiday season and Thanksgiving on next Thursday.
We would recommend this year that you do try to limit gatherings. If you are aware of people's vaccination status, it's clearly safer to be gathering with people who are fully vaccinated. If you're with people who are not fully vaccinated, wearing a mask is a great idea. Trying to ensure that you're in areas that are well ventilated. Having Thanksgiving outside may be a little difficult, although some people might enjoy that. So maybe opening a couple of windows in the house so that you're getting air through as well would be extremely helpful. And again, utilizing those good hygiene practices of frequent hand washing and cleaning of surfaces is so important going into this holiday season.
So the health department director advising people to think about maybe having Thanksgiving outdoors tells you just how things have kind of gone back and reverted to where we were this time last year. And so there are a lot of concerns. In fact, we just found out that Stellantis is going to have its white-collar employees forced to be vaccinated, fully vaccinated by, I think it's December 5th now is the date on that. And so we're starting to see that the whole notion of getting vaccinated is going to be key for employment. And in fact, the state is recommending that everybody get vaccinated as soon as possible and get that booster as quickly as you can. We have more coming up on Local 4 News at 5 and 6 as we take a look deeper into the problems and the issues and the concerns surrounding COVID, masking, and vaccinations. Reporting live in Auburn Hills, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Getting vaccinated is the key, Rod. Thank you.